Finally. Alright, you ass. Finally got this recording. You're an ass. So, this is Slay the Spire, another good game. It's expensive. You can buy it when it's on sale. Like $20 to $25. But, it's working. No, off. Let's see. Turn it off. Okay, great. So, finally, this shit working. Alright, so, this is a very good game. It's very fun. Alright, let's see. What else? Standard play. You get 4 characters to play to choose from. Yeah, they play very differently. He's a warrior, it's a rogue, he's all dodgy. This guy does all kinds of weird war thing, that's a monk. Don't worry about it. We're just playing the warrior guy. Yeah, this game gets harder every time you use that thing. That's essential. Don't worry, it's got a lot of very interesting options you can alter to keep the game replayable. It's already very replayable. So here's the warrior. He starts with this little ability up here. It lets him heal after every combat. He has 80 hit points, 99 gold, and these are potions you can get. This is just your map, which you can get. This is your deck of cards. It's a card building game. So this is I assume an undead whale at the bottom of this tower that you talk to every time you start your tower run. So another trial, talk. Choose remove a card from your deck, obtain 100 gold, lose 8, maximum health, gain 250, or lose your starting relic, which is this thing, and gain a random boss relic, which those are very powerful relics, but they usually come with a significant weakness as well. So getting that random is tough. Normally, this is the easiest choice, this is the hardest choice, and these two are kind of in between. I do like taking this one though, even though it does make it harder. You go to stores to buy cards. Doing it. Risk reward. Alright. 72 health, 350 gold. Let's do it. That's another thing that makes it replayable by having different options for how you play. Removing a card is a really big deal. Like, it's actually kind of hard not to just take that. This is your starting deck. You have 5 attack cards, 4 defend cards, and then a special attack card. The attacks do 6, the defend stop damage, and this does damage and weakens your opponent. So if you got rid of one of your strike cards, you'd be more likely to draw a defensive card. Maybe that'll make more sense. Okay, so here's the map. This is the first floor. I call it the first floor, right? First of 3 floors. This is the boss at the end. It's a triangle dude. And you can pick your path, and these are different rooms you have to go through. So you start on one of these 3, and so you can plan out what type of a run you want. The things you're really looking for: 1, these elite fights. This is a special elite, even harder. But if you beat these guys, you get one of these 3 pieces up here that lets you fight the final boss. After you beat the last boss, you have a chance to beat the final boss if you have all 3 of those pieces. It makes the run harder once you get good at it. But anyways, so you're looking at these elite fights, which every time you beat one of these elites, which are very hard, you get a new random relic, which are very powerful. So you definitely want to be able to do that. The other thing you're looking for primarily, well, first of all, the stores. These stores are where you get to spend your gold to buy stuff. Normally you don't have a lot of gold early, so you don't necessarily want an early store, but I have the money. It's the late stores that matter the most, because you'll have the most gold when you get there. But if you go to multiple stores, you have more options to get a really special card. So anyways, there's the latest one. There's that one. You definitely want to have 1 store in your run. Kind of crazy if you don't. You don't want to fight too many elites until you get better at the game. Very hard. These question marks are random encounters. They can be fights, but they're also like little story things, which are pretty interesting. Early on, these are just fights, but after every fight, you can choose a card to add to your deck. So that's how you get stronger, is by winning these these fights. So you in the first floor, these fights are kind of important. But as your deck starts getting too big, you have too many cards, these aren't so great. And these question marks get to be better. And the elite fights are good because you get a relic, you also get a shot at a rare card. So these are very big deals. You definitely want to fight elites, but they can easily kill your run. So it's pretty tough. I don't like to get too many question marks early, but I like to have a few because you never know what kind of lucky draw you get with those. They can be very bad, they can be very good. They're usually in between. The other thing to look for in the rest sites. These are very important. You can heal up, like say before or after an elite fight. You always have a rest before the final fight. But you can also upgrade your cards, which I'll show you, which is a big deal. So normally, since I'm not that great at this kind of game, the first thing I do is count up the rest sites. So every one of these paths has one rest site at this point. If you go this way, you get a second rest site there. You have a shot at a third one, or you can take this path and get a second one, and then you have those. So the most rest sites would be taking this path, which there's a store there. I can take either one of these to get there. There is one elite fight early, so we're gonna try that. I'm gonna try that one. I don't want too many question marks, so I'm gonna start here and go this way. All right, that's the first thing. Yeah, can't do both stores, so this is the best path, I think. All right, this thing has 54 hit points. The cultist, 72 hit points. It tells you what the enemy's gonna do each turn, but partially. So all I know is he's about to buff himself. I don't know what well, I do know because this guy does the same buff every time. He always starts the same fight the same way. He does a buff on the first round that allows his strength to go up every turn, which means every attack he does increasingly more damage every turn. Every turn you have 3 energy, and this card costs 2 energy. The rest of them cost 1. So I can play 3 of these or this plus 1, whatever. You get math. I hope you're an ass. Of course you don't understand math. But that's how math works. Alright, so he's not attacking me, so I don't need to defend. So I want to be as offensive as possible. The special ability on this is vulnerable, which it says right there. 50% more damage from attacks. So I'll show you how that works. First, I spend 2 energy. Target this guy, hit him for 8 damage, plus applying vulnerable. Now, any other attacks will do 50% more damage. The 2 there that's 2 rounds. This round counts as 1, and then next round it'll still be there. So this attack for 1 energy does 6 damage, but it's 9 because he's vulnerable. Bam! 37 hit points. I'm out of energy. Round's over. Good luck to me. Yeah, caca to you too. So yeah, at the end of his turn, gains 3 strength. Whatever your strength is, adds to your physical damage. So his damage goes up by 3 every turn. So that's 6 damage. Oh yeah, this means he's attacking, and he's gonna do 6 damage. If he didn't have he didn't have the strength yet. That's fine. So next turn he's gonna gain 3 strength, and then so that 6 would be 9 damage, and the next turn would be 12 or 15, whatever. So the defense only blocks 5. So right now that's fine. But if that was a 9, I'd have to play both of these to be defensive, and that's burning all my energy, so I can't attack. So play 1 defense. I think I changed my settings or something. That should have asked me to want to do that. Anyways, and then attack twice for 9 damage each, which is pretty nice. It's still vulnerable. I'll still take 1 damage, but I can deal with that. First of all, I heal after the fight, so I can take 6 damage with no problems. And yeah, now he only has 19 hit points left, but he's no longer vulnerable. And yeah, now he hits for 9 damage. Now, what you draw matters, right? Like if I only drew attack cards, I couldn't even block and reduce that damage. I'd take a big hit. The other thing, sadly, 3 attacks is only 18 damage, so not enough to kill him. So I have to play this to block some of the damage and hit him 2 more times. But should set him up to be killed next turn, and that'll be 5 damage total, which I can regenerate. So far I'm okay. Yeah, now he hits for 12 damage. This thing does 8 damage to the 7. Boom, I win, I'm the best, and you're still an ass. Alright, so I get 18 more gold, and I get to add a card. So you always get, well, unless you have a special thing that happens, you always get 3 cards to choose from. These are all gray cards, which means they're common cards. It does mean they're weaker, but just because it's common doesn't mean it's a weak card. It depends on what type of a thing you're doing. So I can do Perfected Strike. For 2 energy, it does 6 damage, plus 2 for every strike card in your deck. So I have 5 strike cards, so that adds 10 to this. Plus this one, this counts. So it adds 12, so it actually does 18 damage for 2 energies. Really good. But depending on how you're building your deck, you're probably going to want to get rid of those strike cards, and that's why this is here. In case you're running a style where you keep those cards. If you want to get rid of those cards, though, this gets weaker every time you get rid of one. Warcry costs nothing, and you get to draw a card. So it increases how quickly you look for the cards you need. You know, get what you want. Put a card from your hand on top of the draw pile, so you take 1 card out of your hand, and you can automatically get next turn. And the exhaust means you can only play this card once, and then it's out of the combat. It'll come back the next time you do a fight. And then Iron Wave is very good. It's a defensive card, so it gives you block, but it also causes damage. This is normally the card I would take. Even though all 3 of these have very valuable uses, this is a good card that's easy to use. And normally I go crazy getting too many offensive cards. So it's a good idea to look for defensive cards whenever I can early on. Now I'm going to do this video for 3 more minutes, so I have to stop after this fight. And then we'll see what happens, if I can make another video or not. Okay, 2 little fucking lice. One of them's attacking for 6, one of them's buffing himself, or somebody who's doing a buff. So I can obviously block most of that. These things mean that as soon as I hit him, he gains armor, blocking any additional damage. So if you can't kill him with 1 hit, it gets really hard to kill him at all. So I can't really do that, but it's okay. I can play this, block most of the damage. And then I could do this and add the vulnerable. What I'm going to do is I hit both of them. The block goes away at the end of the turn, so that'll be gone, and now they're both going to be killed in 1 hit. And I'll take 1 point of damage. Let's see. So 1 point. He does grow, which increases strength by 3, so he's going to hit a lot harder now. But if I had drawn 1 strike, I'd be in a little bit bigger. Not too much, I guess. But anyways, that's all I need. So these 2 strikes. Boom, I'm the best. Got 17 gold and 3 more cards. Wild Strike, deal 12 damage for 1 energy, and you add a wound card. And this shows you what the wound card is. It's simply a card in your deck that's unplayable, so it slows down your deck, making it harder to draw the cards you need. That's all it does. Battle Trance is free. You just draw 3 cards, but you can't draw any more from anything else. But very nice. It makes your card very fast. By having that battle, much more likely you can support a larger deck when you have cards like this in your deck. And then Fire Breathing. For 1 point, it's a power. So when you play this card, it leaves your deck and it's just on your character for the rest of the fight. Whenever you draw a status or curse card, you deal 6 damage to all enemies. So this wound card is a status card. It tells you there on there. It's a status card. So if I have this and this, I can do 12 damage and turn that wound card into a 6 damage card. I love Fire Breathing. These are all good ones. I love Fire Breathing because there's a lot of reasons you may find later. Oh, there's still just enough time. I can do 1 more. Let's do a question mark. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course, the fucking fight can't be interesting. Alright, so he's doing a negative effect. He's attacking me to weaken me in some way. This guy's easy to kill, not so easy to kill. No blocks. I could kill him, but I'm going to apply vulnerable here, and then hit this guy once, and then just take the 3 damage. Hoping my strategy works. The 3 damage isn't much. Ugh. Okay, so he applied Frail, so I get less block for my defenses. What is happening right now? Alright, so fine. This does enough to kill that guy. And I get a little bit of block, not the 5 I was supposed to get. So I can't block all of that damage. I can play Fire Breathing, but I don't think there's any. I don't have any status or curses in my deck currently. I don't think he applies any either, so I'm not gonna bother. I could still play it just to get it out of my deck, so the rest of the cards come up more often. But I could also just stop all this damage. And since I have to draw a lot of attack cards this time, I should probably do that. And obviously there's a little 1 there, it says it only lasts for 1 turn. So I block all his damage. That thing, oh god, he does add slime. Some of these do, not all of them do. So that slime would have counted. So yeah, I'll go ahead and play my Fire Breathing. If I draw that slime, I do 6 damage. He's not attacking, so put everything into attack. Obviously that was a pretty lucky draw by getting the Fire Breathing back. It's going to apply Frail again. He's down to 2 hit points. Drew the slime, did 6 damage. You can spend 1 point to play this, and the exhaust meter removes it from your deck, so it doesn't slow you down either. But you have to spend an energy to do it, which is almost never worth it. But this guy's dead as shit. There you go. Get 1 more choice. Ooh, I could have 2 of those. Cleave. Let's see. Have it play the top card of your draw pile, and so you don't know what your next card is you're going to draw. If you, for 1 energy you play it, whatever it is, it could be a big powerful card or not, you automatically get to use it, but then it's out of the game, whether it normally exhausts or not, which I hate those things. But Cleave, being able to hit all the enemies is a big deal, because you get trapped in fights with lots of enemies, like if only I could do a little damage to everyone, I'd be fine, and they all murder you to death. But anyways, that's as far as I'm going. This takes like 5 hours to upload, so screw you, asshole.